Hello everyone, Klaus here, and today we're going to review some combat model from 2004, which can be made with a 6 tomato, and it's called, it's a YE, a shape-shifting YE, and it's the Krahka. So I'm going to just take it and put it on my white background. So, okay, I may just need another book to adjust my cam. So yeah, excuse me if you don't see all the arms, but there is just some weapons on this one, so there is nothing really important. So this one can be made with a 6 tomato. Of course, because it's a shape-shifting way, it's not its definitive form, but it's the form it takes when you fight the tomato in the underground part of Metro Nui in the Bionicle Adventure 3 book. Right ears. So in this one, they fought the Krahka, which change form during all the book, and at the end, if I can so, I don't really want to spoil, but she takes because it's a female way, she takes this big form, which kind of add all the powers of the 6 Torah. So here it is. Also, it can be made with some instruction, but it's kind of hard because, as you will see, the instruction were first released in the book, so in black and white, which kind of suck because of course you don't really see the colors, and that's quite all in fact. So if you want to build this stuff, you have this instruction, and also you have one colored pictures which was released in the YE Beast Guide, which is another book. So personally, I made this one with the instruction and this image, and also some other image of a guy which build Krahka with his own colors. So I think this one is pretty accurate to the version, because even on the colored pictures you can't really see some colors. For example, you can't really see the colors of these arms, for example. So anyway, how it works. The body frame, in fact, so it will be kind of hard to explain you in details, but the body frame, in fact, is just a Metro body frame with some parts. We're gonna add some parts, like for example, this Metro torso parts, right ears, rib cage, if I can say so. So one behind, one on the front, the same on the bottom part, which is linked on some double connectors. This part is really useful, in fact, just to add a second Metro pelvis, right ears, which will be useful to link the legs, as you can see, because there is 2 connectors. So that's all for the body part, which is pretty simple. We got also one gears which can be activated and move the 2 arms. We're gonna talk about the arms later. But for now, the legs. So the legs, in fact, are pretty interesting, even if they are not really articulated. So we're gonna begin with just a normal Metro feet and some Torah Nyuju weapon, if I can so, or just ice weapon, yes. Then, in fact, we're gonna add this part, so Metro arm, Metro legs with some double connectors and some other Metro legs. These Metro legs will be linked with these double connectors, which add also, we're gonna add some heads, right ears, and also you can see on these parts, we're gonna add an axle of 3 to link these connectors with this head, and also continue with some Metro arms. So it's not really maybe that clear, but in fact you just have to understand that the legs are pretty bulky, in fact, because they add this kind of layer on the back of the legs, in fact. So all the Metro and stuff like that, and then you got the second connector to link it with the second pelvis. The second leg is exactly the same. So personally, I choose the red colors for this part because on the pictures I don't really know if this was red or brown. So I just choose red. Yes, it's red. Yeah. So yeah, some one Metro and some green colors right ears, and of course the blue feet. So yeah, it can't really be. We're gonna talk about the situation later. Then you have the arms itself, which are in fact made with 2 Metro body parts, so the black one and the white one. In fact, here it is, we're gonna link with 2 axles on the back this double connector, which will be useful to have 2 arms. The arms are made simply with some Metro arms and some double connectors. This one is just made with 1 Metro leg, right ears, and they are the same, in fact, for the 2 arms, except for this part you can clearly see, which is made with 2 Metro pelvis parts, which will be useful, in fact, to link the 2 when you have weapon. And that's quite all, in fact. And also, finally, you've got the head, which is your otherwise normal Metro head, but with just some little details with the Matao sword and some kind of axle white ears, which make him look like a. I don't have the name of this type of horse with a stick in the head. Kind of, no, it's not really appropriate. In French, it's called a licorne, but I do not really know if it is the right name. Just let me search on my dictionary. Excuse me. And in fact, that's quite all. I think I've shown you everything on the design part. So it's the most interesting part, if you ask me, is the legs part, because it's really well made, in my opinion. Even if it can't really turn, so we're gonna see this. We're gonna see that right now. Oh, it's a unicorn. It's called unicorn in English. So yeah, that's just why it's look like, in my opinion. So yeah, the articulation. So of course you got this gimmick. So you just turn this and it moves through. Then of course we have tons of articulation on the arms. So for example, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 ball joints right here. So you can really turn this in the way you want. Of course, for example, like this or like that. The same goes for the second arm. This one just got 2 points of articulation. Also this one the same case. This one got 1, 2, 3 points of articulation. So yeah, as you can clearly see, it's fully articulated and it's quite okay. The head also can turn on the side, look down or look up. There is no problem at all, so it's quite nice. And the legs finally, in fact, can turn in this way, but it's not really useful, and can just turn a little on this side. Also, the same goes for the feet. You can clearly see, but it can't really turn because, of course, there is tons of parts which block the movement. So if you turn too much, you will make the parts fall off. Excuse me. So you can't in fact really bend this the legs, but they are really useful to support, of course, the model and to make him really tall, because in fact this model is quite impressive when you finish building this one, because I think a normal Tomechu reach the pelvis part. In fact, I do not have a seventh Tomechu right here, so I can't really show you, but this thing is really impressive. So I think I showed you everything. I'm just gonna do a little turn around. So of course, if this review was not as clear as you may want, just ask me some question and I will answer them. Of course, if you want some the colors of some parts or stuff like that, I will try to explain you how it works. But I think I've pretty shown you everything. I'm gonna try to this arm. So yeah, if you want a little sum up on this set, I would say that it's really impressive, in fact, because all the 6 arms are pretty cool and make him really look like giant. I also pretty enjoyed to build the legs, which in fact, in my opinion, are pretty solid, even if they are not really well articulated. You have seen that, but still they are pretty solid and really make him stand in a good way. So that's quite nice and really make him tall also, because as you can clearly see, it's just a normal Mechu body. So it's all about the legs to make him taller than an average Mechu, and it really succeeded into doing that. So in my opinion, the 6 arms and also the legs are really the best point in this, the best part in this common model. Also, I appreciate the head design, which is quite interesting, with the little with the axle and stuff like that, the unicorn style. It's pretty cool. So in fact, if you have the patience to look for the colors and stuff like that, I think it. So yeah, you can of course find the black and white instruction on bookshelf.com. Just type in Krahka, so Krahka, and in the search section, and you will find it. And I think that's all, guys. So personally, I really think this one is an impressive common model, because mainly of his 6 arms, which really look cool. So yeah, but of course there is some drawback. For example, you can't really pose him because the legs are really static and really solid, so you can't really pose him at all, and it will I think it will really just stand still like this. So, but it's still really impressive even if he is not taking any pose. And of course, it's keep falling off because it's kind of heavy. But apart from that, I think it's a really cool combination between 6 to Mechu, really look impressive, and yeah, I think it's yes, it's seriously I appreciate this common model. It was in terms of building techniques also, it's not really that interesting, maybe apart from the leg parts or just how to link this 3 torso to have true torso, but apart from that, there were not really interesting parts. But still, I think it's a pretty good combiner. So I think I've said everything, so I'm not gonna repeat myself for minutes and stuff like that. So hope you enjoyed this review, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And by the way, see you later for another Bionicle review. Bye bye.